Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Akaranger. So this is the first Red Ranger pretty much of all time from the very first Sentai series. And yeah, he's got a figure art. That's pretty much all you need to know. You probably could have known that without me even saying it. I don't even know why I'm still talking, because now we're on to the favorite part of the reviews. This whole favorite part of the reviews is the box bit needs to go. I need a new bit. But this is indeed a box, and there's something terribly wrong with it. They spelled Ranger wrong. Now I get it, they think the official spelling is Ranger. No, it's not. It's just like the Condor thing. I don't care what Toei thinks about their official spelling. It's wrong. That's not how you spell Ranger. If you're going to use the words, use it correctly. I'm going to just like take a marker and put Ranger over it. I just refuse to spell it like that. It's just stupid and I hate it. But yeah, other than this monstrosity, it's pretty much a normal box. You got the picture of the figure there. You sort of got his design, you know, echoing back here with the line here. You got his name on the side here, and then a little picture of him there. A little picture of his helmet here, and then on the back, like usual, it shows, you know, what you can do with him. So pretty much typical stuff. Accessories wise, pretty typical fare. You get, you know, just a bunch of different hands you can use on him. I actually just kept the you know, regular closed fist hands on it, but you get a bunch of different karate chop and holding and slapping and posing hands. And then he comes with a lovely assortment of bath toys. I mean, this thing can just float around the tub for play. You just got these little, you know, those tube things that you can put in the water with you. Little floaties to put on so you don't sink. No, but these are his array of weapons. And, you know, obviously, I know these are what they're supposed to look like. But, you know, it just kind of shows what or how bad older weapons used to look compared to some of the awesome stuff we get now. But, you know, they all are the way they're supposed to be, looking kind of like stuff you would get with a bootleg. And this is obviously an alternate belt here for his little jetpack. It's like jetpack action. And then you get, whoops, you get a dropping gun here. And another holster. So you get all that fun stuff. So, bath toys. But yeah, pretty much typically what you'd expect. Now articulation wise, also pretty much typically what you would expect. You got the 360 ball joint here, swiveling here, double elbow joint here, swiveling on his wrist. You got a nice joint here with great all around 360 motion on the ball joint. Swiveling, the double knee joint. You got swiveling ball joint on his foot, the little toe action joint. You got swiveling at his waist and chest, and the head and neck articulation, which could only be slightly hindered by his collar here. And the cape is also removable when you get it. It's just he doesn't have it on. It's just separate in the tray. You probably saw the space for it there, and you just put it on there. That's really easy. It doesn't really fall off. I don't have any problems with anything like that. But this is actually kind of a new mold. It's a bit of a larger mold. Before we get on to his little, you know, spin around on the machine, I'm just going to show a quick comparison. I grabbed Red Buster because he was the easiest one to get off the shelf. And if you can see, Red Buster's just like holding up his gun obnoxiously. But there is a bit of a height difference there. Akaranger is a little bit taller than the standard Red Ranger figure art, or just any figure art really. So it can be a bit obnoxious, I suppose, in terms of scale. But you know, all the Rangers usually are a bit different height-wise, so that's not that huge of a deal. And I have to say, this is a really nice mold. You know, not that any of the Sentai molds that much have really felt cheap. But, you know, they always feel a bit lighter than, like, the Rider molds and stuff. But, you know, just lighter, I guess I would say. And this one is probably the most solid feeling mold, and it just feels a lot, I don't want to say heavier because it doesn't feel heavy, it's the most solid feeling Sentai mold that I've had, and there's like no loose joint problems. It's great articulation wise. It feels like a really great solid figure. So honestly, I think it's one of the better molds. They did a really good job on it. It just feels the most hefty. I don't know. It's just hard to describe without saying words like hefty. Compared to the regular molds. So now let's do our little spin to see the details on this guy that looks like he just put together a costume to become Flyman. But yeah, just like the mold, it's also a good-looking figure. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of older designs, and it's kind of lame-looking in retrospect, but they got the design of it pretty well done. They got all the details on there. They even got the little speckles in the eyes, because that's what they used to have to see through. And the colors are all right. I don't really see any like color discrepancies. They got the proportions on it right, all the details. It's a very nice looking figure, most definitely. Like I said, even if I'm not a huge fan of the design, they definitely did a good job on it, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not really a whole lot to go over. Overall, I can definitely recommend this figure. It's a really nice figure. Probably one of the better Sentai SHFs, and they've all been pretty decent. But as I said, this is probably one of the better molds. It just feels the most solid out of a lot of them. I don't have any loose joint problems. It feels like a very quality figure. And detail-wise, it looks really good on the shelf. So if you're a fan of the design or the show, or you just want a figure from the first Sentai, then I can definitely recommend it. It's a really nice figure, even if they are spelling Ranger wrong. I'll probably be like a million hate comments like, that's the official spelling, and I'm saying, Ranger is the official spelling for life with an A. Now I'll just stop ranting and being obnoxious. Alright, but that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out The Crazy Podcast at WritersRangersRambles.com. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.